I have no... Excuse me? The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxbourne. Now the question. Of Luxbourne. Humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small, sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. Ermengarde. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. The riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. Ermengarde. Dots. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. And that is when it began. Surrounding villagers spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls, and filled the nights, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hollowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, those stories remain, much like the house itself. And these people really like a mouthful names. Ermengarde. Well, it was sudden, and he's typed. Aren't all books like that? You know how short books is without the unnecessary explanations and details? There you go. Whispers about the once great house, its legends, and its curse still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Realty, okay. Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Dots. Good luck. Isabella. Journal updated October 21st.
Hello?
Something. Hello.
Isabella, are you there? Where are you?
I don't know. I'm in class. I'm in class. A familiar, jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh, hey Rose. I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter? It's the mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late.
How dare you!
Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised. Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you? You chickened out.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
Yeah, don't you be jumping out like that on right, Rose? Isabella, me, us, protagonist. No, it's not us. She's her own person.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here.
All right.
This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
Yeah.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this. It really takes my breath away.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all. And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything. They're nothing but spirits.
You don't know that. They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
Ew.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
Wait. Another one? Meaning you saw a house with one?
That was one time, Isabella. Loosen up.
Confirmed! They sold a house with a corpse in the couch!
Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
She hangs up before I can respond. I'm Isabella? Okay. Rose, still charming as ever.
And who was that?
Huh? Who are you? Hi, how you doing? I look up from my phone to see Rebecca, giving me a questioning look.
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
The one who trained you.
Oh, I guess I'm getting a word for you. Okay. Rose? The one you said who trained you for your job back when you started?
You're working together again?
Yeah.
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Ansem Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Hold on. Is this the same mansion you've been telling everyone about? Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps?
Yeah.
You actually went there? And you're going back?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Well, you don't gotta do what you got. You gotta do something. But not anything, because sometimes it might turn you into stone? I don't know what I was gonna go with there. But yeah. As soon as those words left my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle.
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character. I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out ever since you got assigned to it.
Been being creepy. The place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors and all. Well, if you're gonna have word and overword, if you're gonna speak for yourself, why is there more dialogue that Jane's speaking? I can just word it out myself, but if you want to talk, then go ahead and talk, but don't leave out the tidbits. Also, I'm gonna try to find the... Where's the, audio? Sound. Oh, wait a minute. We can turn down specific people's volumes? Okay. Just a little less there. There we go. Alright, I want you to be louder. I want you to be softer. I want you to shut up. Oh, there we go.
I honestly thought you'd back out.
Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it. Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus.
Sweet!
They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier.
If only you lived through it.
They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
And if you die, it doesn't go to you. A sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me.
Why? Do you have a big pocket of cash on you? A job?
Or Ashton.
Who's Ashton? I don't know him, but she does, most likely. So, we don't know what she knows.
We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
That's sweet. That's very sweet. I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect once she has that expression.
Becca!
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks.
No! She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Her voice slightly raises as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers.
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you.
Wise words!
You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
Again, wise words! Here we go again. You're not my mom. I eat other things too. This is a sweeter way of saying it. This is more of a belligerent or nose up in the ear kind of thing. So, eating other things too.
Hey! I eat other things too.
I fold my arms across my chest, mimicking her posture, and giving her the best frown I can muster. The same one I used with my younger siblings when they're being difficult. It's the biggest old mansion this side of the Mississippi. Oh. Instead, she only raises her eyebrows at me.
That's not going to work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last week.
Oh, really?
The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else.
Shame on myself. Don't worry, Isabella. Me consciousness treats you. You must stop the instant noodles. The Insta must stop.
You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet?
I don't even know what's in your cupboard yet. I'm in your consciousness, but I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got canned beans, peas, tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there.
How dare you eat meat? Well, if you were me, I'm not you, but you know. You know, you're you. I'm me. But in your consciousness, give me more veggies. Becca's wrinkling her nose by the time I get to the end of my small list. She even went a little green on the last one. I would have laughed a little on that if I didn't know it would only lead to more reprimands from her.
Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago?
You said you had extra food, but did you actually eat it?
Oh, I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on those things before eating them. I don't want a repeat of last year.
Ooh, my stomach! Big house has big hallways. Yep.
In any case, those are still not exactly healthier choices, Belle.
That's why you get vegetables. She shakes her head, possibly laughing at some funny distant memory. When she looks up, I immediately brace myself. Ready for impact! It's coming, guys! More words from her. Oh, okay. It's not that bad. Maybe, depending on the words. Sometimes it's just better to let Becca talk until she's out of things to say. When she turns her attention back to me, there's only warmth in her smile.
What am I going to do with you?
I don't know. Help me rethink my cupboards and kickstart her priorities on meals. She says this more to herself than me, her voice shifting to something kinder, even motherly, if I am looking for the exact word.
I hope you know that it's impossible not to worry about you when you're like this. You don't have to keep eating the same thing.
Yes, exactly. Yes, ramen's tasty, but your body can't digest anything that has no nutrients.
Didn't I tell you before? You're always free to reheat my leftovers.
She's being very sweet and kind and caring. She may have a scolding part of a mother kind of personality, but she cares so much about your well-being, and your mind is thinking ramen.
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
Yes! But still, she's caring. She's caring.
You and your pride. But suit yourself.
I'm kind of like Becca myself, but I'm softer. I'm not really like brutal. Just you can't do that. You shouldn't do that. Come on, just get yourself butt in gear. Come on. But still, that kind of mindset though. So Becca, you got a thumbs up into my book.
The offer stays on the table, though.
A nod in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. You're not being very nice to Becca. But I'm pretty certain I'll never take that offer. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse just because of a few unpaid debts. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue about a lot of small, petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Okay. You have your meanings. You have your reasons. It's good to get to know someone a lot more than just the front topic conversation. Becca's movements. Becca's movements. When she takes a quick glance at something behind me, snaps me out of my thoughts.
Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute.
Oh, okay.
We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
Ooh!
You bet!
With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins shifting through the pages of rather thick history book. She's probably working on next week's lesson plan. Or trying, at least. Her eyes are distant, and she doesn't seem too attentive to whatever is on the page. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes to her mouth to stifle the sounds. This is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes a habit of worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
I level with her with a flat look. She has had a cold for a couple of days now. Something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And, despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I find her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. Look who's being stubborn now.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you.
Okay.
I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
Alright. She offers me a reassuring smile, and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There is no stopping her once she has decided something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag and pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at it wearily. Warily. I don't know. When I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
All right, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
There's an amused gleam in her eye when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Me.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore.
Thank you.
I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Thank you. Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and my short visit. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts. Substitute teacher lesson plan. Okay. I hail a passing taxi to take me to property as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion is... Oh, okay. That's inside the car. The cab music. The mansion is some ways out in the countryside, but I don't have trouble getting in the driver's giving the driver's direction. Apparently, everyone in Luxborn City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of its name is enough for locals to give you cautious, sidelong glances. I learned that the hard way the first time I commuted there. and it only boosted my belief that there's something more to the house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up on the market has caused quite a stir. Thankfully, I died down a few weeks later. It died down a few weeks later. The place would have become a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the window once the buildings shrink in the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our direct destination. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked them over last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Life has ways of messing things up like that. Halfway through the reading of papers, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, neatly tucking it between my ear and my shoulder. You probably should see who it is. You don't just say, "Alright, I got the plans, let's set this up." And your mom's going, "What the heck are you talking about?" It's probably just Rose again anyway.
Rose?
Guess again.
Oh, hello, Ash. That voice.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah, he even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool, I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know. It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Ermengarde Mansion?
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Shut up!
Ash chuckles, and I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it.
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Excuse me? Excuse me? No! I understand what you're doing here, but no!
Whatever. Bye.
Stupid Ash. Always teasing me whenever he sees a chance. I'll show him who's tough. Ooh, October, Friday 14th, 21st. Okay, October 21st. Nice. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Yet despite all of this, it does nothing to hide that something is just wrong. The surrounding area is unusually silent, and the only rustling of the leaves can be heard, and the occasional breeze passes. While Enslan village is just a few miles away, everybody keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear, the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow, it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at night. Probably the same. Your imagination just probably brings out the worst in it, because your imagination can run wild.
You planning to go inside that place, Missy?
Yeah. The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. Maybe. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-commercial hum. But lately, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an apologetic look. I expect him to leave as soon as I've paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, But there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it. No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
You never know.
He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house.